Today we're taking a look on Archetype from the Zexalera, which is basically the Zexalera's equivalent of Goyo Guardian, aesthetically speaking, somewhat. Anyway, we're taking a look at the Orchestral Djinn archetype used by Yuma, the main protagonist. And yeah, it's a series of 5 Xyz monsters, well, rank 3 mostly, and 1 rank 4 monster, who all have this weird gimmick of focusing on the battle phase in order to benefit the field with their presence. And so yeah. Anyway, let's start off with their first monster, that being Temtempo the Percussion Djinn. It's a rank 3, requires 2 level 3 monsters, has 1700 attack and 1000 defense, and once per turn during either player's turn you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card and target 1 face-up Xyz monster your opponent controls. Detach 1 Xyz material from that monster, and if you do, all Djinn Xyz monsters you currently control gain 500 attack. Yeah, this effect is a bit specific because yeah, it only works on Xyz monsters and it detaches materials from Xyz monsters, and yeah, it's but thankfully it compensates for that somewhat by giving all Djinn monsters an additional 500 attack, not only on itself. So yeah, Xyz monsters aren't that wildly played since the arrival of Lynx, but everyone still on occasion attacks in a few Xyz monsters in order to spice things up and maybe keep some of those Xyz monsters who have nice outs to some problematic monsters. So yeah, this effect is not completely useless, but it's a bit too specific for my taste. And yeah, if you're looking for a fun way to wipe Xyz materials off things, you just better run Galaxy Ice Photon Dragon or what, Pheasant, if you like that. So yeah. Next up we have Musa Rhythm the String Djinn. Same requirements, has 1500 attack and 1000 defense. And when a Djinn Xyz monster you control is attacking an opponent's monster during the damage step, you can attach 1 Xyz material from this card. The attacking monster's attack is doubled until the end phase. You can only use this effect of Musa Rhythm with a String Djinn once per turn. Now this is nice. This works on all Djinns like the previous one, and yeah, for now it's actually the best Djinn monster because yeah, it's a very nice battle boost. You most likely are going to use this thing on Temtempo or their rank 4 Xyz monster because those are the ones with the highest stat lines. So yeah, this one reaches 3000 attack if you use it on him. Temtempo reaches 3200, I believe. Yeah, no, 3400. What am I saying? And we'll get to the rank 4 soon. So yeah, this is so far the best Djinn Xyz monster, a battle booster. So yeah, nothing too much wrong here. Then next up we have Melomelody the Brass Djinn. Same requirements, and once per turn you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card and target 1 Djinn Xyz monster you control. It can make a second attack during each battle phase this turn. Okay, so this is also a nice addition to have, because double attacking does sound rather sweet, because if Musa Rhythm's effect wasn't hard once per turn, then this would be a much better card, since Musa Rhythm could use its effect a bit more freakishly, and well, it would be a lot more applicable. But this also works. You're most likely going to use it on some of their higher attackers, such as the Temtempo or the rank 4. So yeah, not too useful, but worth running at least one of these. Next up we have their final rank 3, that being Humhumming the Key Djinn. Same requirements, and when this card is special summoned, you can target 1 Djinn Xyz monster in your graveyard, special summon it. When you then you can attach up to 2 cards from your hand to it as Xyz materials. Once per turn you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card and target 1 Djinn Xyz monster you control. This turn you can attack your opponent directly. Also, somewhat of a better well, it's the same level of usefulness as Melomelody, but what I like about this thing more is that not only does it recover Djinn monsters from the graveyard back onto the field, but you can also secure some Xyz materials if you happen to have some spare cards in your hand at the time. But you're mostly gonna attach only one card to it as material, because modern decks don't care to stock up on cards nowadays, unless they're playing an Exodia deck or something. So yeah, this is an okay card, and yeah, worth running at least one or two of these. And not to mention that that it turns Temtempo and their rank 4 into very formidable direct attackers. So yeah, combined with Musa rhythm, that is. So yeah, it's a very nice monster to have. And our last monster is Maestroke the Symphony Djinn. This one is a rank 4, requires 2 level 4 monsters. And once per turn you can detach one Xyz material from discard, then target one face-up attack position monster your opponent controls, change it to face-down defense position. If a Djinn Xyz monster you control will be destroyed, you can detach one Xyz material from that monster instead. This one was used to run outside its own archetype by itself as a rank 4 that could eliminate problematic monsters by flipping them face down and then running over them. And it also had decent protection, so yeah, since it was ran by itself, the protection effect was used on itself exclusively, but the protection effect in theory works on all Djinn monsters, so yeah, it's a kind of a cool boss monster for the archetype, and yeah, it's their highest attacker. Combined with Musa rhythm and Humhumming, it can turn into a very formidable direct attacker. So it's a nice card. However, good luck getting all 3 of them out. So yeah, that's a bit of a chore nowadays, isn't it? And alright, time for the grades. Well, this is an extra deck archetype, just like Goyo Guardian. In terms of, well, everything, protection, actually, I would actually give protection a 2 out of 3, because well, Maestroke is the only source of protection they have. It's still a very powerful form of protection, so yeah, it destroys it protects from destruction from battle and card effects, and yeah, I would have also loved if it protects from effect targeting. It's still a very formidable amount of protection, so 2 out of 3 it works there. Versatility gets a 2 out of 3, because any rank 3 deck that has space for them can easily afford to run a few of these Djinns, and Maestroke is the most splashable one due to him being a rank 4. Power gets also a very flimsy 2 out of 3, because it depends on Musa rhythm's effect most of the time, so yeah, it's certainly there, but it's not the most consistent power output. Consistency purely depends on the rank 3 deck you choose to splash him in, which sometimes it can be a very consistent one like Burning Abyss, and sometimes not. So yeah, it's a 1 out of 3, because it's entirely dependent on the main deck, which these guys do not have. And as for the comeback ability, again, it depends on the main deck they run, so yeah, that also gets a 1 out of 3. So yeah, these are pretty much nice cards. If they get a new support card, I would actually be I would actually expect of these to get one more Djinn Xyz monster that is a fire monster, because that's the only attribute these things don't have. So yeah, maybe we actually get a very nice play extender for the archetype to basically turn it into an extra deck, fearsome extra deck machine. So yeah, who knows. Anyway, yeah, those were the Djinn archetype, and next time we'll be taking a look at a larger archetype from the Zexal era, and we'll be closing off the Zexal era with that archetype. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos and updates. Comment, like, and subscribe, and as usual, I'll upload the next video whenever I can. See you all, have a good day, and peace.